Hello and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. I'm in Blackpool again, twice in 1 week. I know I've come into town quite a lot, but you know, twice in 1 week, that's a bit much, isn't it? Oh, I think that's my friend I've just seen drive past. So we're going to do another today in Blackpool. And the big question today in Blackpool is it going to snow? Because I tell you something, it's absolutely bitter. It's bitter cold. So do you think it will snow? I know it's snowing in various other places. Make sure that you've subscribed, whether it snows or not. Make sure you've subscribed, make sure that you've hit the little bell for notifications, and make sure that you've shared this video with all your friends, and then you'll help our little channel to grow. So I've had another 4-part today as well. I'm going to turn the camera around. The observant ones amongst you might be able to tell that this is the GoPro that I'm using, as opposed to my normal method of filming. I've got a meeting this afternoon at 3 o'clock. So I've had my lunch and I've come out sort of afterwards. And I've come out without my camera. There's only me could do that, isn't there? Oh, bless me. Oh, goodness. Don't know where that came from. I think it came from my socks. So I've come out without my camera. Fortunately, I'd emptied my GoPro and charged it up. And it was in my bag, so all was not lost. But there you go, you see. Calamity Jane strikes again. So we're going to go and do round 2 of Chris Higgett. He's going to be saying to me, you're going to have to stop meeting me like this. Because Joanne, I know, has been in Blackpool this week. And she's been to well, I don't know whether she's dropped it off or whether it's arrived by post or what. But anyway, that parcel that we couldn't find on Monday has now apparently arrived at its destination, so that's where I'm going to go for my first job. I tell you something, it's freezing. I think actually there's a little bit of sun up there, look. You see it? A little bit of sun at the back of the clouds. I think actually I've just seen 1 or 2 flakes of snow. I couldn't make my mind up at first whether I was seeing things or whether it was some water that had fallen off a building or whether it was a feather. Is it snowing where you are today? Have you got snow where you live? This is for the horses, and it's lovely clean water, look. And it's fed by a water supply, which I kind of assumed it was just a trough, but it is actually functioning like it was back in the day when it was put in. So have you got snow? Are you snowed in? Where are you watching from? And how cold is it where you live? Because I tell you something, it's enough to paralyse you here. That wind is biting. I'm going to see what Mr. Higgett's got to say today. Found it. We've located it.
Here we go. We've got another one. Another present for you.
So the mystery was that it was in a box with some other stuff.
It was in a big package. Cyril and Joanne had sent ones for everybody. For Pete, for me, for Steve, for you. But it was all put in a pack with Pete's name on. You came in the morning and got the letter, but I didn't realise this was in the parcel with the rest of them.
Until you opened it addressed to Pete.
On the night time.
It all becomes clear.
So this is all yours.
This is all mine.
If I just take the camera off you then,
shall we? There you go.
There we go.
We're on liquor screen today because I'm an idiot and I've not got my phone. Oh, I'll take these off. That might help, might it? See if we can break into it. Let's see how strong I am.
Oh God.
Get that. I've had my Weetabix this morning. I've had my Weetabix.
Right, and there's the address there, guys.
Oh, it's a bit squashed out of shape. I think the 6 is there somewhere.
Yep, there's the address there if you want to send anything.
It's some sweeties.
Some sweeties.
Some sweeties. Do you know I've been going mad for some chocolate? You must have known. You must have been switched on. You must have been mind reading.
Mind reading.
And a card. Just to say, oh.
Oh, some money.
I have enclosed some £15 for the Brew at 2 mug, enclosed in postage and packaging. I enjoy watching all your vlogs while Cyril is working. Ha ha ha. See you on the next Brew at 2. Well, we're doing Gladys next time, Joanne, so you'll enjoy that.
Well, I actually saw Joanne actually popped in yesterday.
Yeah.
And I spoke to Cyril on the magic internet thing. He was at work and Cyril was out here spending all his money in Blackpool.
Very good. Very good.
But there we go, guys.
And now Chris has got some customers, so I'm going to let him dash off to go and serve people.
Right, there you go. Don't forget, guys.
Carry on.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe.
Kind of stunts my ability a little bit using this because it's a very little screen and I can't actually see it properly. And it doesn't seem to do enlarge on the setting that I've got it on. So bearing in mind it's so cold, I thought I'd take you over to the edge of the water to see whether or not it looks as bad down there as it does up here. And did you know, every day is a school day, did you know that a few years ago one of my neighbours was out on the beach in the middle of winter in the rotten weather and the sea was actually frozen at Cleveland's. It was actually frozen along the edge of the water. I can't say I've ever seen it frozen myself. It's I don't know, it's cold enough today. My little wildlife pond in my garden was frozen. That was iced over this morning. So I went out with my tickling stick and broddled it so that the birds could get the water. Now a little bird tells me that they started taking the windbreaks down. So we're going back to the town centre via the scenic route. And of course when you're not as lucky as I am, and that's not trying to rub it in, it's just stating a fact. When you're not a resident of this great metropolis, you won't be able to get to the beach on is it Wednesday afternoon under normal circumstances. Look at these two pretty things, don't they look lovely? I think they're Mr. and Mrs. Can you see this one nearest to me? Its head's a little bit bigger than the other one, so I think they're a pair. And you know how the young ones are brown, they've got brown feathers. Over summer, the adults get sort of brown feathers around the head, and then they all drop out. And Homer's broken his toe. I discovered yesterday when I went out to feed him. He's been hopping and limping and jumping on one foot, and I couldn't quite see what he'd done because he won't come down into the garden. And when he managed to come down into the garden yesterday, and I could get him at close quarters, I could see what he'd done, and he's broken his toe, bless him. He looks as if it's really painful as well. He's holding his foot up. There's a surprising number of people about actually. Everything's starting to open. We've had February half term. We're still waiting for something to happen at Sea Life. There's nothing happened since Monday. And the sunshields, windshields, windbreaks are coming down. So that'll look very different when that's all put back to normal. So from one tower, well, two towers actually, because there's a clock tower. So from one tower to not quite a tower. And these are the veins back to normal that they've already taken down. And I've just discovered that they're actually jet washing it all as well, which makes sense because it must be absolutely full of sand and muck and salt, and I suppose jet washing it stops it from corroding and rotting. I'm going to go and see if the Blackpool Council staff and if they know how that end one got ripped, because I've got to say my curiosity's killing me. If the contractors, they'll not know. Some more coming off it. Goodness me, look at that, where he's done it and where he's not. Before and after. That's astonishing, that. What a difference. Ain't it grand when you're daft? He's a happy ray of sunshine. The contractors that have just been employed to clean it and take it down. So he doesn't know how it got ripped. I think it nearly killed him telling me. I can only think he'll be glad when he's home tonight. Because looking at his face, he looks like he's had enough. The beautiful Blackpool Tower. You see, it might be cold and it might be thinking about snowing, but the public transport runs whatever the weather it does. This is the new amusements that's opened recently, which I believe is it's supposed to be a replacement for the Golden Mile Centre, but there's no sign of it shutting yet. I thought it was closed the other day, but I obviously didn't have my glasses on the right way round. Oh, there's me expecting to see this. Boarded off today. Having said that, they've tidied all the fencing up quite a lot. We'll have to see. Oh heck, I'd not noticed that. Look, it's that woman again. I'd not noticed that. You can't tell it's bouncing off it, but the ceiling's come down in the charity shop. It's a nice chair, that, as well. Oh heck, that explains why they've been closed for so long then. So the guys from Blackpool Coastal Housing, when we came on Monday, oh, they look nice, don't they? They look lovely. Have you ever had a Bavarian slice from Pound Bakery? I think I might have told you this before. They're delicious. If you've not had one, I would highly recommend it. So the guys from Blackpool Coastal Housing are boarding the front of it off. So they're putting hoarding up. So they've obviously been making the boxes. They're Bobby Dazzlers, aren't they? They make good planter frames, them. So they're putting that up across the front of Blackpool Bargains and the CBD shop to tidy it up. And I still don't understand why this building has been fenced off for so long. It don't look any different to any other vacant shop. I mean, there's vacant shops all over every town, and they're not boarded off. So, well, they've not got Harris fencing up. If you know the answer to that question, pop us a comment underneath and enlighten me, because you know what I'm like. I'm curious about most things. I would like to know the answer to that question. So it's now 3:55. I've done my meeting. I've been on the promenade. I've taken a look at Blackpool Tower. I was studying the other day trying to find it in the rain. So now I'm going to go back home and I'm going to go and get warm. I'm going to go and have that nice big cup of tea. It's bitter. It's absolutely bitter, but there's still no sign of any snow. I think I might have seen 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 flakes. But as you can see, Blackpool is not in the snow. So roll on, nice sunny weather. So I hope you've enjoyed. Hope you've enjoyed another Today in Blackpool. It's a good job I didn't call it This Week in Blackpool, isn't it? Hope you've enjoyed Today in Blackpool. And please give us a like and share it and help our channel to grow. I'm walking about in the freezing cold weather here just for you. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye for now.